Hello and welcome back. We're going to waste no time and dive back into Legacy Prime. Where we left off last session was not in a good spot. Our zoo is losing money quickly, but it looks like we might just be turning it around. Our negative is going down slowly. And so okay. So I did log in real quick before starting this session, and one of the aardvarks got out. Did not realize that we had a baby, and because of that, the baby is able to fit around this area. So, to prevent that, for now, we're going to just put in rocks there just to close that gap so that so that he can't get out. And now that we're sure that he can't get out, what we're going to need to do is figure out how to, which our pavilion over here is staying busy. There's a ton of people on it, but our expenses are still a lot more than we are making. So we've had our first Arctic wolf offspring, and again, not going to even attempt to say those names, but there she is, the first baby for the Arctic wolves. Let's call mechanic. Let's make sure they just had one. They did. So that's fine. Okay. Release one African buffalo to the wild and have 750 guests. We're almost to the guest. And we do need to, I don't like counting the rewards as part of our profit because they're not really profit. Because we can't count on them year after year. See, sometimes the negative goes down, but most of the time it seems like it's just going up. And if we head the right direction, what I am thinking, and I've been thinking about it all day. Well, we're at the beginning of the year. Let's see how we do. If we can maintain the profit, then all we've got to do is just let time go. If we can't earn a profit, what we're going to need to do is, Timberwolves have had a pup as well. Awesome. Going to call mechanic. Okay. If we're not able to maintain the profit, what looks like we might be able to. Call that, call mechanic. And you're fine. What I'm thinking about, and what I thought about pretty much all day, was to move this, because I think the problem is they're too far out, so they get tired really quickly. And I thought about it as well. We do not have a toilet in. So we're going to just put the toilet here for now, just so that it's in a central location until we can figure out what I'm gonna actually do. But my guess is, I think I'm going to move all of these facilities down here and having a staff path connect over to here, and then moving the grasslands down here. I think it's too far for them to go, and if moving it closer should help keep everyone happy. So, but what I'd like to do is earn enough, is keep up the profit and see if we can't just earn enough to move everything without having to get the loan, because we already have the 50,000, and of course, okay, let's move it over some so that it has power. And what we're going to do is, I know a lot of people don't like increasing the price of the toilets, but 50 cents for one time I don't think is bad. And basically all I'm trying to do is offset the cost for it. If I make some profit, fine, but mainly I'm just worried about offsetting the cost. So, let's see. And I don't want this entire thing to be me just watching as the profit goes up. Hopefully that we earn money. I think I said it last time when I was putting the exhibits in, but Titan Beetle is one of my favorite animals, because look at how much they have already bred. And I think I said it in a previous episode, but I can't remember. I don't worry about the exhibits, about inbreeding with the exhibits, because I just don't. There's so few that it just doesn't. I don't think it's something that should really be worried about. I'm just worried about keeping the young ones in. They keep breeding. So that's really all I'm worried about. So it does look like our profit is going up. That did offset some of the offset most of the cost for the toilets. But as long as we can keep profit going, we might be able to move all of this, because the plants and stuff I'm going to move. I'm not going to delete, I'm just going to move them. I should be able to move the pin easily. And might be able to get by with maybe just the $5,000 loan. Just enough to move both of these exhibits down here somewhere. I'm thinking that's going to be the best option. Oh, we must have had a big feeding. Okay. So, even with that feeding, are we going to be able to get back to positive without having major cash flow in? A simple feeding can really hurt us. So, if we can get to a $3,000 profit, I wouldn't mind taking the $20,000 loan just so that we have a cushion. I overdid it with this plaza. It was too many buildings, too many exhibits, and that's what really hurt us. Okay, still no males. That's hurting us because they could be breeding, but because I can't get a male. Oh, come on. Another feeding. I don't think we're going to be able to get that back. Not quickly. Because what I'd like to also do is, since I have this area underneath, I want to put my reindeer in under here. Do an exhibit under here for the reindeer so that they'll be able to look out over it. So I'd move this some, but have them be able to look there, also increasing the hopefully use up here. And I arrived, but I can't say hello to myself. Mechanics research is done. On the food shops, so that's a couple. So let's go on and get a couple more drink shops. Though as of right now, we can't put anything in. Our profit keeps climbing up, but we have a feeding every couple months, which drains us down. Let's just see about speeding it up. If we can also hit the 750 guests, we'll get another reward. Breed a new habitat animal. Okay. If we can hit that 750, we'll get an inflow of cash of 2,000, which would be which would help. See, we've almost made it back out of the negative, but I think it's going to come to a feeding and it's going to drain us all the way back down again. We've gotten up to 740. Come on. 750. Perfect. So that'll help some. Let's get vet called. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on and pause it. I know I don't want to count the reward as income, but just so that I can move both of these exhibits and send to storage. And send to storage. Let's get them all sent real quick. Okay, I didn't plan on doing a time lapse in this video, but as I was moving both of the exhibits, I realized that it was going to be much too long to just talk through it. So I decided to go on and do a time lapse for it. So what I ended up doing was moving both of the exhibits so that they're going to be closer to the front entrance, just so that the guests don't have to travel as far, and hopefully it'll help with their happiness, and with that, hopefully can increase profits. So I was moving everything, realized didn't move the stand for the board, so I went back to fix that. But I got the Buffalo exhibit moved, so then I have to go and move the Aardvarks exhibit. And I don't like the way the path does, so I play around with it, but I get it. So what I end up doing is I'm gonna do the same thing, a lowered exhibit for the Aardvarks, just as they were on the other side. So I go around and fix the errors when I made them, and just work on getting the exhibit so that it doesn't look horrible. And just continue working on fixing it so that the keepers can get in to start with. And as I'm doing that, I realize this smooth will help fix the outside edge that I messed up. So then I get everything moved over except for the bedding, because I have to still fix it. fix their cave, and I realized that I did the exhibit down lower on this side than I had on in the original location. So I get their water put in as well. And what I decide, since their exhibit's a little different, I decide to go on and do a cave for them, but expand. And I know it's a little bit of wasted space up top, but what I'm going to do is, um, since they don't mind some um, plants, I'm going to go back and put in plants there. So yeah, so that's it doesn't take long to get those fixed, and doesn't take nearly as much cash as I thought. That's why I'd gotten the 20,000. But I mean, I didn't even spend. Um, I don't even think I spent 1,000 getting this fixed. So I got all that moved, and then I just go back and reflatten this for when we come to it later. So worked on getting all of these buildings moved over. And unfortunately, the African buffalo was in the vet center, so the vet will go back and get him. I mean, get her, since I don't have any male buffalo right now. But I work on moving all the benches and everything down, um, even the ATM. Then I get the buildings put in place, which wasn't too bad. I go on and put the other keeper hut on the other side because um, they have more animals over there. Realize that the buffalo exhibit won't have water, so I have to move it up there. I fix all the repairs since I noticed that one of the achievements is to not have crime, so I go on and fix them. Look to see if they have any buffalo. Still don't. And realize that I moved that group instead of just copying it. So I go and put all of my animals back in slowly. Once I get them in, I go on and speed time up and let them work on getting the animals put in. And I can't figure out why the African buffalo won't go in, but I skipped that for a second because they don't have enough space. So I just widen their cave a little bit. Um, and once I get it wide, they've got enough space. So then I just move their bedding again. And then I realize that I didn't connect the path, so we get that fixed. We get the animals in. I go on and fix the terrain. And yeah, get that in, and we're doing pretty good. Didn't cost any money. So yeah, but this will pretty much do the time lapse. Got about 10 more seconds, but then I figure I should go in and start putting in buildings, and that's what I do. Okay, so I think that's enough for the time lapse. So that didn't cost nearly what I expected it to for the move. Didn't end up actually costing us much at all. Okay. So that is excellent. Let's move you over to. Let's move you back to Arctic. And drinks is where I want you at. So now with them moved closer so that the guests don't have to walk as far. Let's see what we end up with for profit. Let's just get it going for a little bit. Both these look like they're running down. Let's just check. Power. They're all low. Mechanic being requested, mechanic en route. Call mechanic and call mechanic. Let's see if that changes it. Okay, so we're at least back up to cover the loan, but we're not above enough to cover the reward that we got. Guest education still down. Thirst and happiness. Oh, I need to put in some bins on this side. And hopefully we will get some money coming in there. A little bit. But every little bit helps. So my goal is now to just hold. If we can get enough to pay this loan off, that's what I'd like to do, because that's costing double what the 20,000 is, over double. So if we can hold it, keep getting the money coming in, we should be able to eventually pay that off, because we're going to probably need it again. But the main goal is just to work on getting that loan paid off. I don't want to use all of our money to pay it off. So as long as we can get close, which, here we go again, beetles are pregnant, and, okay, I thought there was one. There's 2 more already pregnant. So let's just go to Zoopedia, because I've not actually looked at their Zoopedia. Two to 5. Every time. I don't know what they're talking about reproduction in captivity. It's not difficult. It definitely does not take much to get them to reproduce. As we can see, we got a pretty good one. $500 for her. Almost $300 for her. And almost $300 or $200 for him. That's a nice little injection of cash. I see that the keeper is about to go feed, so our X here is about to jump. Let's watch. See, 250 for them to feed. Another 250 because he filled 2 things. So we're going to just have to keep watching and see if we can't overcome that. But the next, I was just thinking about it, the next batch of Titan beetles, I might pull out 4 of them and put another exhibit over here. It's kind of a cheap way to get extra income, but I don't really see right now another way to get the income we need. Education down, happiness. Let's see what some of these people are unhappy about. Oh, I should put another toilet in. Some of you, it's no reason for you to be unhappy. Okay, I'll check those in a second. I didn't. Okay, and same with these. These, 24, and we started off with just the 4, if I'm not mistaken. We either started off with 2 or 4, and I think it was 4. And now we had 24. Like, they're pretty good ones as well. Unfortunately, they're not big money makers for trading out. So it would take a while for them to make up the cost of another exhibit. But even so, I'm getting 2,000 from them. I wonder, we're going to just hold off on them. No, we're going to get the younger ones. Those and that one. the younger ones, go on and trade them out. And what we'll do is we're going to wait a little bit to see. Yep, even more feedings. And the animals, I have the feeding set on the lowest. So we're almost... We can almost pay off the big loan. And see, she's already pregnant again. And she just had her babies. So, looks like we might... It's still so much in the way of feeding. Well, if we cut out some loan expense, we'd be doing well. We'd be doing better. And so what we're going to end up doing, once it gets a little more time pass so that this loan goes down more, we're going to pay this loan off, get this loan again, because we're going to only take $16,000 to pay it off. We'll get $20,000, so it's $4,000 more than what we had, and that'll be enough to pay this off. And then we'll work on getting this loan paid down, and it probably eventually get the $50,000. Mechanic every 3 months, vet every 3 months. I'm gonna have to take them off of researching, because when they're researching they don't check the exhibits as often as they should. And look at that. That is not good. Might have to go on and get another mechanic. I don't want to, but they are... Okay. Let's just go on and get all of these assigned to this work zone for now. Once we get more in and get more well established, I'll divide up the work zones to the specific area. Let's just make sure everything is included. It is. Okay, so looks like we got mechanic working on that one. Hopefully he'll switch over to that one. What do we get? What do we get? Oh, our conservation rating's already a 3. Call that there. And we can't release the buffalo because we don't have a male buffalo. African buffalo, male. And price. Yep, all they have are conservation credits, and we barely have any conservation credits. So we're just gonna have to keep working on I was going to do was, because guests are thirsty over here, they're not so much over here. They seem to be better. They're going over there, but this is a lot of thirsty guests. I don't really want to put in another one. But we just put a single one in. This will hopefully help in the long run. And we're going to go on and put in another toilet over here, I think. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to put a toilet in here, but we're going to move this toilet over here. That'll hopefully keep the guest happier. 50 cents. I don't think that's bad. I did want to look at this one and see we've been able to, this helps offset some of the costs that we have. Not offsetting much, but it is offsetting. Okay, so our profit, we do have good profit. Even taking out the $1,000 reward, we're still doing good on profit. So we'll see if this holds. So I want to get the reindeer in, and I'd like to find another grassland animal. No, they're not going to be. Thompson gazelle. So pretty much any of the plains animals. Might do pronghorn antelope. Yeah, I'm thinking we'll do pronghorn antelopes. Let's check on them and see. So we can finally pay this off. But I don't know if we want to. Yeah. We're going to pay that off. And that still leaves us 14,000. So if we go in and take this loan again and then pay this off, it does hurt us, but we have 5,000. We should be able to maintain a steady. This is going to show negative because we paid a lump sum on the loan, which is fine. So as long as we started at 5,000 after paying the loans off, so we'll see how it goes. But while it's going, I'm going to go on and search for the pronghorn antelopes. Go on and filter them. We do still only want cash. So pronghorns. We only have 4 females. Game's not making it easy to, but that one's a pretty good one. And that one's a pretty good one. Yeah, we'll stick with those for now. Are these my Titan beetles? They are. Another pregnant female. Let's get rid of you. That leaves the 4 that we need. Make sure none of those were pregnant. Go on and send them. Make sure. Yeah, that's fine. We haven't researched anything, so we can't improve their layout. Increase the average exhibit welfare to 82. Perfect. Can always use that cash. So, what I think I'm going to do is, because the small one is just 3,800, and what I can do is I can put it here just so that we can try to get some more cash from it. Move trash can. Go on and put them in. We need to put our Titan beetles in. Let's see what we got. You seem to be good. So that was a female. Male there. Another female. You're a little old. So we'll go with this one. So it did take the better cost, 4 better cost out, but even so, these 13, just 13 of them, still give me 3,000. So that's almost enough to offset the cost of getting the exhibit. So, except of course we don't have any power here. So, that's not what I want. Power. Barely out of the range. So what we're going to do is we will move you just ever so slightly down to give them power. And we're going to go on and delete these 2 because they cost us, and I'm not going to put a path around there right now. So let us go on and do work zone because these things need to be added. I know they're overworked, but right now we can't do anything. I do need to go on and get another vet. So, got that. Go on and get these put into central. And then let's go on and get it playing again. And we need to fix their stuff. And once it's fixed, they'll be happy. Mechanics research done. Good, more drink shops. We'll let you keep on with the drink shops. It looks like we had probably had a big feeding right at the end. Come on, donations. Just need to get donations coming in. Let's check on these, make sure. Okay, so they have had one. They're going to eventually need to be replaced. Oh, I don't know why. I don't know why your nutrition is down. Oh. But what we're going to do is we're going to go on and send you out. Check the Titan beetles. Get rid of you, 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 and then the rest of you. If I stay on top of it, they won't. It won't keep popping up that they're unhappy. So look at how much the Gila monster gives. What, 1,300? Actually, I think we might look and see, because I'm thinking let's see. Okay. So they're the same, and this one has higher appeal. So we're going to go on and send you there and trade you off. Say hello to you. I didn't even see you come in. That research is fine. And I'm just going to do it for a quarter for now. Quarter shouldn't be too bad for that. So we'll set it at a quarter. Our profits are going up, thankfully. Once we get substantial over this amount, we will go on and pay it off. But we need to make sure we have enough that hopefully we don't have to use it again. All of our animals are doing good. We're going to have to sell some Titan beetles soon. So everyone's doing fine except for the African buffaloes because we don't have any males. Still no males of either. Let's actually look at the Zoopedia of the pronghorn and see. 1 male up to 10 females. So I might go on and get another female if they've got a good one. Which didn't look like they did. But was not too bad. We'll go on and get you. Okay. So the zoo seems to be finally, what's what I'm looking for? Holding steady. Wants 2 more exhibit species. Well, that's not going to happen right now because exhibits cost a whole lot. But I do want to go on and get... Okay. I do want to go on and try to get the... what they're called, reindeer, get their exhibit put in, and look at getting another grassland animal. So I'd like to try, hadn't really thought about it, but I'm thinking in the groupings for each of the biome areas, I'm thinking if we can do four enclosures. I'm thinking that will help. If we can limit it to that and then focus on a different group or a different biome, I think will help the zoo to grow. But I definitely don't want to be paying that much. Let's go and take it down to 3,000, which is the lowest. It does increase the number of years, but that's not as big of a deal, because right now I'm just more worried about making sure we can maintain a profit, which it looks like we're finally turned around. Yeah, sorry, just trying to look at some things. Revenue this period. That's not what I want. Lifetime profit has earned 4,000 here. That's without increasing cost. I mean, increasing the price. So as long as we can do that, 12,000 without price increase, and 6,000. So I think they're doing pretty good. Eventually, we might try to raise the price, but right now we don't need to. Okay. I don't want to keep on. I'm really trying to wait for the one-way glass because I want to do something different with this. So I don't know if I should spoil the surprise yet or not. I'll go on and let you know. So once we get this enclosed off, what I want to do is have a viewing, I don't even know what you would call it, basically a viewing spot that comes up out of the ground so that they're inside the exhibit here. But to do that, I need to put the one-way glass around it so that the reindeer don't get freaked out, because I mean they are neutral, but too much viewing will definitely make them stressed. And stress is not something we need right now. I'm going to go on and get each of our exhibit animals researched at least one, so that we can get their layout fixed so that they're not as upset. But so they're visiting each of the exhibits. So let's just make sure that the animals are mostly happy. So their enrichment is low. So let's go on and fix that before. So Timberwolves first. So Dogball is all we have. Let's see. And that's not going to really help much. Almost. And 60 should be enough to put it over the 90, and that's, unfortunately, that's all we're going to be able to do. And same over here. Arctic, yep, all they can have is the dog ball, but theirs does a little bit more, and I think that's because they have one fewer, if I'm not mistaken, one fewer animal. Okay, yep, that's fine. That gets that up. And what we'll actually do is we're going to put another one over here. That should fix all the animals for the inspector. See if we can't get a better rating. Guest education still down. I've got to work on putting in some conservation boards to help increase that. But I think the big thing is it's such a long distance with no education. So I'll work on that. But I think we're going to call it a session for today. And, but I think what we want to end with is a view down here, because they are all in here. Is he gonna howl again? If so, come on. Look at that. I think with that, this is where we will end. And yeah, we'll pick up with the next session. We're making a good profit. We're making 10,000, so we're good. Hopefully now we'll be able to pay this off soon. I'm not going to pay it off right now because I don't want to completely use all of the cash. So we're going to let it keep going for a little bit. Hopefully by the time it gets down to 10,000 left, we'll have enough to pay it without completely demolishing our cash. And yeah, we should be able to get in the reindeer enclosure and the pronghorn antelope hopefully next time. And once we can get those in, then that'll be six habitats. I think we'll be able to start working on basically beautifying the exhibits and the existing park, existing zoo, I mean. And yeah, I think we'll be doing good, but we'll leave with a look at him and his mighty howl, and call it a session.